Hundreds of billions of dollars are about to flood into the crypto markets like you have never seen before. More importantly, if we focus on this chart, I'm going to tell you that in the next week or so, that flood of money is going to start to arrive, and we're going to see explosive growth, not only in Bitcoin, but major growth in the altcoins. But don't be fooled. This website is incredibly misleading and is causing a lot of you to make huge errors in which coins you're investing in right now and which bags you're holding. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what is coming and how you can prepare for it. This is a really important one. Hit the like button. Let's get into today's video. Now, before we go and have a go at crypto bubbles and why it's misleading you at home, let's understand a little bit more about these charts. They're not necessarily the most exciting ones in the world, but I see lots of people being like, oh, the crypto bull market's over. Where's the money going to come from? Well, this is a major one to look at. This is a supply chart for stablecoins. What does it tell us? It tells us that while crypto prices in Bitcoin and Pepe and whatever else have been fairly static and not doing a whole amount, there is so much money that's actually been flooding into crypto already and is now taking position ready for the next phase of the bull run. Literally over $140 billion right now is sat in stablecoins ready to be deployed. But I want to refer across to this chart, which is provided to us by Aurelian O'Hyan. And it tells a very, very obvious thing, that all the news and all the noise is pretty much BS, and the underlying thing that drives bull markets and then into bear markets is literally this. It's liquidity, global liquidity index. And you can see the last time we had a global liquidity index break beyond the red line, so the green line, which is the price, break above the moving average, you can see that it exploded. That was the bottom of the COVID crisis in 2020, okay, around March time 2020. Suddenly from there, we saw the bottom of the market and then we exploded into a bull run. Right now, you can see we've just had a crossover in the global liquidity index. And this is so much more important than anything like, oh, who's going to win the election? Or Michael Saylor bought $50 worth of Bitcoin last week, or maybe a little bit more than that. But you get my point. Because this means that the next move is inevitable. Whatever happens in the meantime this is inevitable, okay? It's going to happen. But there's one thing that is about to happen, and it's next week, that is going to be the catalyst that kicks things off, and it's this: US rate cuts. Right now, due to all of the data that's being fed into the system, we saw inflation data coming in fairly low, as to be expected. We've seen a lot of mounting pressure on the Fed because unemployment rates are starting to creep up. We've seen non-farm payroll also starting to creep down. And this is all feeding to a situation where we're going to see a rate cut. There's a very good chance now, 81% chance now, that we see over a 500 basis point cut, which will be absolutely enormous because the consensus officially is lower than that right now. Interest rate cuts will add to this chart like you've never seen before. You'll also start to see inflation starting to rise, and also the cutting of interest rates makes for a more risk-on environment where investors are happier to invest in riskier and riskier assets, such as cryptocurrency. And as we look into the Bitcoin chart, things are looking fairly steady. It's worth noting that every time we've hit this bottom line here, we've rallied at least $16,000. Okay, so we did it from here, up $16,000. We did it here, up $16,000. We did it here, up $16,000. From here, up $16,000, 53K would take us to around $68,500, which, lo and behold, is somewhere up here, but most importantly would mean that we are breaking above this trend, and that would take us to around this level here. That would be a huge indication that things are about to go higher because we're breaking that trend there. So what to do? Am I holding the right coins? Should I be moving my coins in different directions? One narrative's doing better than another. Which one? I don't know where to go. You know, a lot of people are referring everyone across to cryptobubbles.net. Now, I like this website, okay? I'm not going to shit on it too much. But what I'm going to shit on is how people are actually using this information to make decisions, investment decisions. Because a lot of people I know are like, meme coins are going to run this cycle. It's a meme coin cycle. And they've been referring across to this, which is on the year for crypto bubbles. And they're like, yeah, look, Bonk's up 8,000%. Pepe's up 990%. Floki's up 675%. The top performing coins you'll see here are mostly meme coins. So obviously we should invest in meme coins, right? Wrong. Now, why is this all complete BS? Well, because all of these meme coins basically started out in the last year or so at pretty much zero. So it's obvious that when they suddenly go onto exchanges and get recognized by crypto bubbles for the first time, that the increases in price are going to be absolutely enormous. But unfortunately, most of these meme coins have now seen the majority of their growth phase. They're not necessarily going to see huge amount more growth. Why? Because there's a lot of different ones and the communities are dispersed amongst other people. Not only that, but the meme coin season has been running very well recently. People who wanted to trade meme coins have been actively trading meme coins. There isn't new people who want to trade meme coins coming back into the space because they've already been doing it. Make sense? Whereas all the people who like to trade altcoins and high utility altcoins haven't really been in the space. What we're waiting for is those people to come back in and then the markets to come up. Not only that, meme coins tend to burst and do very well during periods of time when the utility coins underperform. So when utility coins have been underperforming, like they have been for the last 6 months, meme coins have done well. Therefore, makes sense, right? That if utility coins starts to do well again, people are going to start to divert their attention back to utility coins. And without attention, meme coins can't thrive. There will be another meme coin season at some point, probably towards the top of this bull market. But I think right now it's quite risky to go pursuing lots of different meme coins. I do hold some meme coins. Okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't hold any meme coins at all. They're a bit of fun. Hold a few meme coins if you wish. But guys, don't go all in on meme coins because someone's told you that this is a meme coin bull market, because that is BS. You'll get ruined. If we look at the top 1 to 100 and we ignore the meme coins here, we've got Talbotenza's had a pretty good run. Okay, AI, we got Arweave had a good run, kind of deep in. Okay, we've got Ordinals, interesting, slightly different angle there. We've got Helium, deep in. We've got OM Mantra, real world assets. You got Fetch AI, and then you got a couple of layer ones. You've got Solana, you've got Casper. Casper had a very good run the previous year. Seems to have slowed up a bit in the last year, being outperformed by Solana. And then you got other coins like Jasmy, etc. But there does seem to be a fairly obvious trend narrative here. If you were to be like, well, I don't really know where to head, there's strength to be seen in a few narratives. And I would say from this, you've got AI, you've got real world assets, you've got ordinals, you've got deep in, okay? And obviously a few others on the side. If you go to the 100s to 200s, again, you've got kind of meme coins popping up, Turbo, Mog. And I know people are like, oh, well, Turbo's an AI coin. Guys, please. Okay, it's not. It might have been created by an AI coin, but it doesn't go with the AI narrative. Okay, it's a meme coin. It goes with a meme coin narrative. AIOZ, been very, very strong. Now, one thing to pay attention to is that a lot of these coins have very, very strong performances, but have actually had very solid pullbacks in recent times. But I want you to think about the fact that all of this money is being held safely, ready to deploy into stronger crypto assets. So which are the stronger crypto assets and how do we find them? Well, actually, you go across and you can see some of these like AI coins and some of these like deep in coins and others and kind of gaining coins, etc. Just make a list of some of these biggest green bubbles here, okay? You got Superverse, that is gaming, okay? Elio trade stuff. You got AOS, Talbotenza, OM Mantra, Helium, etc. And what you could do is just go across to the chart with a list of these, because these have already identified themselves as being potentially strong performers in the early phases of the bull market. And you can identify chart patterns, and all of these will show very, very similar chart patterns, okay? Audi, we just looked at, had that original very big aggressive push. Then what it does is it forms this flag pattern, okay, where it's basically showing that it's kind of like cooling off to one side. Effectively, when Bitcoin does break beyond that flag pattern, you're going to see Audi pop pretty hard. I also think that because Ordinals have been kind of moving sideways for so much longer, perhaps in the wider crypto market, that this is also potentially going to see a lot more strength. Now, what else was on that list? You had AIOZ, has done something similar. Aggressive run. Then what's it done? It has a nice kind of pull to the side, pull back thing. Now, admittedly, these are larger market cap coins that have already seen some good growth. You're not necessarily going to see, many X's on these. But what I'm trying to do now with like money that I'm trying to put into the market is I'm trying to guarantee myself to see maybe a 2 to 3X by the end of the year with that money. Okay, 2 to 3X by the end of this year with that money. Why? Because when it gets to the end of this year and into the early part of next year, that's when I think we're going to see an aggressive leg up phase. And then what I can do with my kind of 2 or 3X that I made from here till Christmas time is I can use that money and I can deploy it into some of the higher risk assets that might be seeing the 10, 20, 30Xs, okay? Whereas right now, going after those 10, 20, 30Xs before Christmas can be quite challenging because many of them won't actually hit. Because if they don't hit, then you end up around Christmas time with kind of similar levels of money. But to be honest, I think it'd be good to get to Christmas with around 3 or 4X of what I've got right now in the bank, okay? Then I've got much more capital to deploy into slightly riskier assets come January into Q1 of 2025. I think we're going to have a big run up. Somewhere around March will be a top. I think we'll then have a bit of a cool off phase. Maybe another horrendously boring summer. Probably not quite as bad as this one. And then we're going to have another kind of blow off top leg later on in 2025. Because in 2026, and I don't want to scare you, I think that there's going to be a horrific onset of a massive crushing recession. Why? Because 2025 is probably the last phase of the housing market boom on an 18.5-year cycle. The last time we saw this crash happen was 2008. And in 2008 is when I actually finished university, and it was bloody damn difficult to get a job, which is why I had to go and join the army and eventually became a crypto YouTuber. So I guess it turned out all right in the end. So in my opinion right now, your goal right now is to try and grow some wealth towards the end of this year, okay? And then once you've got bigger capital to deploy to slightly riskier assets, we can look at that as we go on. And if you're subscribed to this channel, I will talk about those kind of slightly smaller market cap assets where you can see bigger growth coming up going forward. Now, obviously, there is a lot more coins that are showing very similar patterns. I just wanted to show you these. You can look at a bunch of them. This is AGI, Delesium, similar run up. You can see it's starting to bottom out. Again, once it breaks this trend, we're going to see potentially good runs towards the upside. This is Ondo, real world assets. Again, you can see it's had a nice big pullback after a very kind of strong earlier run this year. Real world assets, AI, DePIN, ordinals. I don't think you can go too far wrong. There is other stuff. Bitcoin sidechains. There's DeFi that hasn't really kind of shown its hand yet. But all we're looking at is coins that have shown their hand, and I'm still positive about that. And people down below will be like, oh, well, why are you not talking about this coin and that coin? I don't talk about a lot of different crypto coins, okay? Obviously, because I'm trying to introduce you to new projects and new ideas, because I think that's the best way to do things, okay? Rather than just like talk about 2 or 3 small coins on a day-to-day basis over and over again, because you'll just get bored. And actually, it will just lock you into this mindset that everything relies on the performance of this one coin, and if this coin doesn't make it, then we're not going to make it. So anyway, hopefully that's clear, right? I will continue to talk about different coins. This week, I will start to dive more into different narratives, like gaming. I think is very underrated right now. I will look into Bitcoin sidechains again. I will look into ordinals. I'm going to look into DePIN. I'm going to look into AI, real-world assets, in different videos, different specialized videos. I'll rank different coins and things like that if you so wish. Please hit the subscribe button and I will keep you up to date with everything you need to know in crypto. I will teach you to fish and learn rather than relying on someone who's good at talking to a camera. Maybe someone else, who knows. Now, I appreciate lots of people want more in-depth content on a daily basis. They want to know exactly the coins I'm buying. They want to see all this data before I even talk about it on my YouTube channel. And the best way to do that is to get involved in the Moonhouse, which is linked down below. As you can see, a lot of the things I've just talked about in this video have actually been shared with me from our group of experts over in the Moonhouse. I also share my kind of updates and content. We talk about different coins that we're buying into. We have each week 1 to 2 live Zoom call Q&As where you'll understand and look over our shoulder as we go and invest in the crypto markets. There's a comments and questions section where people can ask about different coins they're holding and get a good analysis on those coins. Also, if they want advice on whether they should be buying those coins or selling those, we're basically giving them the support that they want. If you want someone to basically hold your hand and walk you through this crypto bull market, then the best way to do it is in the Moonhouse, which is linked down below in the description. You'll also be kept up to date with our $10,000 portfolio challenge, where we're literally taking that $10,000 portfolio to $200,000 by the end of this bull market. And some people in this group are just choosing to follow that along. So if you want to do that as well, guys, then jump into the Moonhouse, which if you click the WAP link down below will take you across to this page, and then you can go and sign up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, guys, things are about to get very, very good. Keep yourselves calm. Make sure you enjoy the process. Keep learning, upgrade yourself, and you will really reap the rewards as the market moves on. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, and I'll see you Saturday in another video. Bye-bye.